my creatives, and welcome to another video. So this is the final video in Seher, her mail art series. I'm super excited that I have shared all these videos with you so you could see how I would make a bigger mail instead of only making like the small ones. And also because I don't do this as often, I thought it would be fun to share that with you this way. So first I'm starting off with a mail art process, and I took this old Planner Society box that I just had laying here just in case I wanted to send some big mail. You know how we are, we crafters, we just keep stuff. And I gessoed it completely, so the inside and outside are both gessoed. And now I'm taking my distress paints in 3 colors. I can't remember the colors right now, but everything that I use is listed down below. If I can find it, it is also linked down below. Those are affiliate links, not all of them, but some of them are affiliate links, and that means that I will get a small commission if you order through them. You don't pay anything extra, but just so you know that you are using an affiliate link. So I am going to start my background, and I like to do this a bit messy, and I am trying to paint all the sides of the box. And here I'm taking a baby wipe and I'm going to blend the distress paints together. I really liked these colors together, so that is why I chose them, except this pink. I didn't like this pink one with the collection that I was using, so I put it on there and I was like, nope, not my color. So I went back into my Rescock with the distress paints, and I took this red color. Like I said, all the color names and everything are listed down below, so you know exactly what I used. My dauber was dried up. I do have new daubers, but I didn't want to use it for this red because red is my challenging color, and I probably will not use it as often, and I want to keep the daubers for colors that I use very often. So I take this baby wipe to blend everything together and to distress the box a little bit. I really take advantage of the fact that these are distress paints, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm trying to paint all sides, and I'm trying to show you all sides, but it was quite difficult to film this, especially the box is quite big, or it's not like real big, but you know, bigger than I usually use, so it was quite hard to film this for you. Also because this is the first time I think that I painted a box this big on camera. So bear with me on that part. I tried to show you everything as good as possible. And I'm just repeating the process on all sides, but I am taking advantage of the fact that there are still red distress paint on my baby wipe, so I don't add new paint everywhere. I also use the paint that is on the baby wipe, and that will give it a bit of a, I don't know how to say that, a little bit of it as an effect, like it turned the color a little bit. I don't know, it wasn't as bright. I think you can see what I mean when I do this side. I'm not quite sure, but I took advantage of the fact that there was still a little bit of red paint on the baby wipe. So now I'm also doing this on the back side, and this is the side where the address label will go, but of course I will paint this as well. And yeah, you see like the blue and the red are mixing into this nice purple. I don't know how to explain it, but I took advantage of what was on the baby wipe. So now I am taking these 2 papers. I decided that up front that I wanted to make the outside of the box mixed media. I wanted to add papers on the inside, but of course the papers will not cover the complete inside of this box. So I took this blue color of distress paint. I think this is Stormy Sky. I think so because it's one of my favorites. And I'm going to paint the sides where the pattern paper will not cover it. The kit that I'm using, or where the pattern papers are from, is from AC Digitals. It is called One Canoe 2, and the collection is called Twilight. I used this collection throughout the complete mail of Seher. So I used it for her junk journal, I used it for her envelope style flipbook, and I used it for her art piece that you will all see at the end of this video. because at the end of this mail art process, I am going to wrap everything up with you so you can see the complete mail, because of course I added some extra little things, but those are not worth the process video because it is putting paper together. So here you can see that I'm using the red that is still on the baby wipe, and that I am making sure that there is paint on all the sides, and I'm just blending it out with the baby wipe. It's the same baby wipe, the whole process. I don't switch it out. It's the same one because I like the look of those irregular mixing of colors, and I chose these colors because I knew they would fit good together. So that's what I am doing here. And also because my dauber can't go in the corners, with the baby wipe I can, so now it is a good coverage. Moving on to the outside of the box, I really wanted to give this more of a nature feel. I know Seher loves nature. She likes to post flowers on her Instagram stories, which I always very much enjoy that she posts these photos. So I wanted to emphasize the nature part. So I took this chicken wire reverse stencil from the Crafters Workshop, and I take an Amsterdam Acrylic paint in Ochre, I believe. I'm going to stencil this randomly on all sides, and I will keep on stenciling this randomly on all sides with a couple more stencils, and I will just let you enjoy that process. Sorry in advance if my frames aren't the greatest. Like I said, it was quite difficult to film the process of this box because I had to hold it certain ways to paint. But I still hope that you enjoy it, and after I'm done stenciling I will come back to you and talk some more about what I did. I finished my background with all the stenciling, and now it is time for a focal point. Of course I'm taking another stencil because I was really enjoying it, but I wanted to have these flowers as my focal point. So I take this Wildflower stencil from Holtz, and I am not sure which paint color I use. I think titanium buff or something. Like I said, all the color names and everything that I used is listed down below, so you can just check it out for yourself. But I'm going to stencil these flowers to make it look like a field of flowers or something like that. And so I'm trying out how I want to do this, because the stencil isn't big enough for me to do what I want. I want to alternate the heights of the flowers a little bit to give them a more playful look, but also to give it a look that I didn't use the same stencil over and over again, you know, like not too repetitive. It just changes a little bit every time to give it a more playful look, but like I said, it isn't long enough. So I try out adding the flowers on the bottom, seeing if I would like that, and I do like this, especially since the box is also folded. This is the front of the box, like where you open it, so it was weird to only have the stems there. So I added some of these flowers there as well. And I really, really enjoy this background and with these flowers. So of course I also repeat this on the back, keeping in mind that my address label will go on the back. But I don't mind if it covers up some of the flowers, because the box is big enough, so there is enough to see. And I'm doing the same thing as I did on the front, but also keeping in mind that I want to add the flower stenciling on the side of the box that is now on my table. I don't know how to narrate that better. And of course I also add to all the sides. I think that's the most important thing when you do something like this, is don't forget the sides of the box. The box has like 4 sides or 6 sides. Even more, you know what I mean. Paint on all the sides to make it more cohesive. And this is where I added the flowers, but then I thought it would look upside down if she opens the box. So I turned my stencil around and I just continued. I didn't bother about that first one because she will probably not even notice. Now she will, because now she knows. But yeah, I wanted to make it more cohesive, and like there was this flower, these flowers were growing from the bottom of the box. And as this box has 2 sides and there's only one address label, I wanted to add a quote for her on the box, like I do with my art journal pages. So I wrote it out with my pencil first, and after that I take my Posca paint marker, because it is permanent, and that's very important because this will be handled. And I am going to write down, take time to slow down. Because like I said in my last video, Seher needed a little bit of self-care, and it's good to slow down sometimes. You don't have to do all the things, you know, just take care of yourself. You are the most important person in your life, and you should take care of yourself because nobody else will. Like, of course people will, but you know what I mean. So I wanted to remind her that she needed to take time to slow down. And in her case, it's the same like me. Do some art or some crafting and just take a moment for yourself and relax. Take a breath. Everything's gonna be fine. Then I took a jelly roll that she gifted me for my birthday, and I'm going to add some highlights on the letters, and I'm also going to doodle in some hearts, which I really, really liked because they really popped, and I really enjoyed this jelly roll marker. They write beautifully on this paint, so that makes me very, very happy, because that's my eternal struggle with pens and paint markers and all those things. Do they write properly on stuff? So like I said, here I'm keeping in mind that I am putting the address label in the middle there, so I don't have to draw hearts there because there will be this big sticker. Time to work on the inside. Like I said, I already decided on these 2 papers for the inside, but that was it. I didn't think about anything else but these papers. And I chose papers where there is red in, because red is, say, her favorite color. So I want to have one that is maybe looking like an art piece because it's on the flap of the box, and one that is a lining for the box. And I'm just going to stick them down with some regular cheap glue. I stuck all of this down, it was time to decorate. So I took this brown packaging paper and some book text papers, and I'm going to collage a little bit on the inside to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to rip up these pieces. They're just randomly sized and random pieces, and I will find out where I want to place all of them. But I thought it would be fun to break it up a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting to look at once the box is empty. Because of course Seher will empty the box because all of her goodies are in here. Yeah, and then I will just rip pieces up to make them fit and get the look that I want. Being finished with the background, I'm going to add some embellishments from the collection to tie everything in with each other, and I really like this banner. I also tried to use it before, but that didn't work out, so I'm happy to use it in this project. Now I'm going to use some alpha stickers, and these are from Action from a very long time ago, so I don't think you can get them anymore. But I just spelled out Happy Mail. They didn't stick, so I had to use some glue to stick them down, which often happens to me that alpha stickers don't stick. So I take some glue and I will stick these stickers down with the glue, double up words. I also use these alpha stickers in the envelope flipbook for Seher, and now I'm just checking if everything fits and the box will close. So this was the box, and this is how I decorated it, and now everything will go in. So here's the junk journal, and now I'm taking some beautiful cellophane packaging paper I bought at Action to wrap everything in, and I really loved these little dots. I'm so excited that I bought this plastic foil. I add some extra papers for her to use in the journal, because in the junk journal there's a lot of ephemera. I put my art piece in a bag also to protect it a little bit, and so it wouldn't give any color to other pieces in this mail. Stick it down with some washi, and I'm going to add that as well in the box. And then after that, that's the envelope style flipbook I made. Everything has a process video. You can check that out on my channel. And on top of all of this is her birthday card that I made actually in August 2019 for her, but never sent her. So I hope you enjoyed this series. It's a bit different from what I usually do. And if you did, I would love to hear from you that you did. I would also love it if you would give me a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you all next time. Bye!